As much as I'd like to sleep right now, something just won't let me. It's this damn pinball. Pinball! Oh, yeah, this is Empyrean, and we're gonna play a little bit of this Banpresto Battle Pinball, or whatever that says, Battle Pinball. It's got 4 different fields and some kind of odd story that I really don't give a crap about. It's pinball. Nobody cares about story in pinball. It's like story in a Mario Brothers game. Nobody cares. Alright, there's 4 fields. I'm going to start with my personal favorite field. We'll kind of work our way down from there. Kind of a bit of a hiccup there, but we'll get by it. This field has, or most fields do, in fact, have multiple levels, generally about 3 or 4. The very top has a boss, normally, and there's a lot of different little things going on in each little floor. Here, there's, you can ramp up onto the buildings, there's little robots moving back and forth. There's a guy blocking our path, which you can actually get by destroying this guy walking around in the middle, or you can just use a ball like my computer self does and move on that way. Here is this soccer field and some kind of weird quivering meteorite. I don't know what the hell that is. And some guys sitting in the parking lot that are waiting to get beat up. I've always kind of been a fan of the video game style pinball machines, just because they seem to have a lot more going on with them than a normal pinball machine. You can do a lot of different things in the video game format that you can't do in an actual pinball machine format. Not that, you know, I don't like pinball or anything. You know, I used to play a lot of, what was it, Pinbot and Funhouse and that kind of stuff. But, I mean, they were always kind of designed to take your money and, you know, 50 cents a play. It really doesn't go by, well, when you're a kid, it goes by pretty quickly, actually. And these, you know, video game formats are a lot easier to get a hold of, and there's a lot more options for them. So, yeah, I kind of just dug this one up one day and opted on and said, hey, this is kind of fun. It is actually a very entertaining video pinball game. You'll notice that on occasion when you're hitting things, if you happen to hit like an entire sequence of guys or various lit objects and whatnot, the B that pops up is the bonus multiplier going up, or the bonus value going up, and the M is the multiplier. And on to the second field. This one's got a lot more of little guys and all sorts of little things to hit in it, which is pretty cool. On the left side, it's actually got a cart track, which will ferry your ball up to the higher fields. Kind of hard to, you know, actually aim for it, but it's still kind of a neat little feature that, you know, you might pop right over there and send yourself past the blocker guy there in the middle. Also, something that all the fields generally have is they have an enemy guy that likes to destroy your flippers or impede to them in some way. You'll see it in the second field. It's usually in the second field, and I'll show you here. It's just second guy. Generally, all you have to do is kind of hit the flipper up a few times, and you'll break out of it, or you know, it'll repair itself. The only exception is in the third stage. I'll kind of point that out when we get to that. But it's got that, and it usually, like I said, there's always a boss. It usually revolves around kind of unlocking something in this top screen. On this one, it's that scorpion-looking object over there on the right. You can, once you get it open, he'll flash over there, and then that cart will come out. And all you have to do is hit the ball into that cart, and you move on to the boss. Which is usually easier said than done. The kind of the downside to having all this stuff going on is it's also very easy to kind of miss aiming shots. Like, if you've played any pinball before, you kind of know that you can kind of aim your shots by letting the ball gain momentum as it rolls down the slots towards your pedals, or your flippers. It's kind of hard to do with all the stuff going on in this game, but you know, what it makes up for in like accurate shooting, it more than makes up for it in actual fun and point scoring. And you know, it's just all kinds of little weird things going on in these levels. It doesn't make any sense to me because I never really, you know, watched many of these. I guess they were kind of Saturday morning like action shows for kids back in the mid '90s or so. I think I'm pretty sure Kamen Rider was shown here as the Masked Rider. And then there's, I don't think Ultraman came over, but there was a few Ultraman games. I remember having a Super Nintendo like fighter back when I first got a Super Nintendo. Hey, it's the boss. I won't be able to show off all the bosses because I'm just not good enough to, you know, actually get to the boss every time. It's a pinball game. You have a good run or really botch it up and lose the ball within, you know, 5 minutes, but it happens. Let's go on to another course though. Show off. The underwater stage is kind of I won't say bad, but it's not quite like right off the bat you'll see that you can't shoot up past the first screen. You have to actually hit your way out of it, which is kind of hard when there's a blocker right in the middle and there's only like one other way out. So it's kind of a difficult starting area, to be quite honest. But I mean, you can get past it just like that. Kind of luck of the shot, really. And I didn't really get to spend much time there, but the middle screen on this particular field has that submarine. And the submarine is kind of the worst of the guys that like to destroy your pedals, flippers. Those mines he shoots down, when it hits the pedal, flipper, whatever, I keep calling it damn pedal. It'll like, explode. You'll see that explosion animation. With a lot of the other ones, you can just kind of hit the button a lot and get out of it. This particular one, however, you have to kind of wait for the animation to go off, which kind of bones it. It's not really fun at all to wait around and not be able to hit the ball. But it's still better than some of the older Nintendo pinball machines. Pinbot wasn't too bad until you got like further in, and there was a monster that would actually eat your ball. But High Speed, on the other hand, was a kind of a real hard to describe. It's kind of like the opposite of like fun gameplay out of a pinball machine. It was kind of like just designed to constantly screw you over and take your ball away. And that's kind of the opposite of what fun video pinball is all about. And you know, this one is actually this particular game is actually one of the more fun ones. And if I can find any more like this, I'll have to post them up and, you know, have people check them out. This particular like area of the map, you can knock those doors open, but well, as you can see, I'm not all that good at doing so. So we're back down to screw with the submarine and get rid of the damn thing finally. Yeah, we'll move on. The final map on this title is this Space Gundam thing. And you'll see immediately why it's probably my least favorite. Yeah, the level actually scrolls with the ball, which is it's a common feature in some other ones, but it's kind of just odd why this particular map decides that it's going to do things differently than the other three. I mean, it makes it very hard for you to actually aim any of your shots up at anything up there. There's not really a lot going on in either of these bottom two levels either. I mean, there's very little to do. So it's, like I said, it's definitely not my favorite of the bunch. And I kind of usually don't play this one very long. But once you get up to the top, there's another boss, and I'll show that off by the end of the video. It's an interesting boss battle, but well, I haven't done. I'm not very good at this map in general, so, and since it's my least favorite, it's not one that I'm really dying to perfect. But you know, hey, we'll show some stuff off and at least encourage some other people to maybe check it out. Huh? Let's see. Well, what else was there? If you should, oh yeah, hey, if anybody should happen to comment on any other video type pinball machines that might be a little bit obscure, feel free to send them my way. I might post up, what was the name of the pinball, Behind the Mask, I think is what it's called, Super Pinball. I know there was a sequel to it too that's rather hard to find. They're fun pinball tables, but I really, they're not quite as entertaining as this is. A giant robot thing, which I have no idea. There's some kind of meter on the right side, which means something. I don't know. I'm honestly just that terrible at this particular field, so yeah, we'll probably wrap things up with this. If you should happen to, you know anything about some random ass games you'd like me to try out, feel free to comment. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to go to bed now, and hopefully I'll come up with something good tomorrow. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. This is Imperian. Have a good one.